Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the Manipple Studio M074 Heavy Armor Batman. This is a third-party Ben Affleck Batman from Batman vs Superman in his armored suit. I pre-ordered these from 1-6 kit. There are 3 different versions, version 1, 2, and 3. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the front, I'm not really sure what that is, but I assume it's maybe the logo for Manipple Studios. This is, I think, the first Manipple figure I've ever gotten. M0741. On the back, you can see the sort of silhouette of the armored Batfleck. It has this sort of clear outer sleeve, and that is where it shows which version you got. Each one really has the same packaging, except this is going to be version 2. Looks the same on the back. And, as you probably guessed, this is version 3. So with no further ado, let's open them up and check them out. So here's a look at version 1 out of the package. This is the classic version. He comes with a display stand, strong magnet, battery and motherboard for his light-up eyes, 2 different heads, 4 different mouths, 11 interchangeable hands, kryptonite spear, extra grenades, grenade launcher, and grapple gun. And here's a look at version 2. This is the battle damage version. He comes with a display stand, 11 interchangeable hands, no light up features. He's got the kryptonite spear, grenade launcher, grapple gun, and then Superman's damage cape. And then the third version. This is in the dark stealth suit. He's got 9 interchangeable hands, display stand, 2 different heads, the same battery magnet light up feature, 3 different mouths, extra grenades for the side, grapple gun, and grenade launcher. So back to version 1. Here he is with all the accessories laid out in front of you. It's a pretty nice looking figure, so let's take a closer look. Now, it kind of reminds me of the Mezco version, but it's a little bit more updated and maybe a hair smaller. The metal feels cold, like it's actual die-cast armor plates on top of this sort of cloth soft goods body. The likeness is fantastic, the helmet looks great. The mouth screams Ben Affleck. He even has little sort of nicks over it, like he's used his armor before, which I never really understood because they look like they were building it prior to the events in the film. He's got this sort of strap across his chest, which goes into his cape on the back. The cape is cloth, soft goods. It's heavy, hangs down nicely, made of a pretty nice material. The only thing it's missing is a bendy wire on the side, and that would have been nice. You see the sort of cloth, soft goods underneath the armor plating. I like that. It's kind of stretchy. Really well done. That's how it was in the film. It's like he's sort of wearing his regular suit with arm plates on top, and they totally achieved this with the figure. Now, can't tell if it's single or double joints, but you can only go up about that high. The back, pretty similar. He's got the knee armor, which is articulated. You can see little sort of dings and scuffs all over it. Very, very well done. Even a little sort of spinal piece, which is accurate to the film. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. That sculpt and paint job on the helmet is just fantastic. I like the little sort of scuffs and dings. And then the Ben Affleck mouth is also great. So far, so good. The figure is heavy, feels good, feels solid and sturdy, and it looks excellent. And then, here's this figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Now let's check out his accessories. And let's start off with the display stand. So here's his display stand. It comes in 2 separate pieces. When put together, it looks like this. At the bottom here, we have sort of base, and with this sort of transparent stand, with this sort of, I don't know, wire sort of thing inside, and it's going to hold your figure in place. Now, as I looked at it, I was like, that's kind of on the low side of things. So you take your figure here, and you'll have to sort of adjust this to the size of your figure. This metal part comes out. Take your figure, and it will just sort of sit there and cup his balls. And that's great for Batman. He's found a way to sort of relieve some stress, but it doesn't really help me very much. Not exactly the display stand I was expecting. But the truth is, this guy stands up just fine, does not need a display stand whatsoever. The feet are very flat, even though he's a heavy figure. No issues whatsoever. Now let's look at his hands. He has a total of 11 hands, 5 left hands, and 6 right hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here's his second pair of hands. These are a pair of default hands. They would look good relaxed at his sides. And his third pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands, and they have the thumbs kind of extended. Next, his fourth pair of hands. These are a pair of gripping hands with a very small grip. And here, with his fifth pair of hands, this is a pair of regular gripping hands. He has one additional right hand. This is a gripping hand with a trigger finger. Now let's look at his mouths. He has 4 of them. One has sort of a normal, slightly angry expression. The next one has an angry expression. The third one has an even angrier expression. And the last one, a furious expression. Here he is with his first mouth. This one has the normal expression. And then, with his second mouth, this one has the slightly angrier expression. Here's his third head. This one has also sort of an angry look. You can see he's almost like gritty as teeth. You can see the tiny bit of teeth exposed. And his fourth mouth, this one has a furious, screaming expression. Now for its heads. He has 2 different heads, and I have no idea what the differences are. Now this one has a mouth in, but you can easily take it out. And this one came into comedy to mouths as well. They both seem to support the light-up eyes. Maybe the light-up feature is a little bit different. Beyond that, I can't really tell. But it is really cool to have how the mouthpiece pops out, so you can have the cowl just sitting there on a table, as if you hadn't put it on yet. So now to talk about and check out the light-up feature in the eyes, which is a really cool feature. And you have these 3 pieces here. You have this little motherboard here, which will slide in side of his head. And the 2 little things at the top are the light-up eyes. There's an area to attach the battery. Then you have a battery and a magnet. So take the battery, put it inside a little holder here. Make sure you get it all the way in there. Once that's done, you'll take the magnet and just sort of get it near it, and the eyes light up. Get near it again, they turn off. That's how it works inside the scenes. Here is Batfleck without the light-up eyes. Then take the magnet, put it near its head. Bam! It's magic. They light up, put it near its head again, and they turn off. So, here's how his first head looks with the light-up eyes in a fully lit room. Still looks pretty cool. And here's how he looks with the light-up eyes in a semi-lit room, and then in a completely dark room. And here is the alternate head, which seems to be exactly the same. I don't know if you just have them in case one doesn't work properly or what, but take the magnet, turn on, the eyes light up pretty much exactly the same as the other one. I fail to see any differences between the 2 heads, and if they're just giving it to you in case it stops working, good for them. He also has these extra, what I believe are kryptonite grenades. 3 of them that will peg and attach to his side. And then here, holstering those grenades on his side. Now for his grenade launcher and grapple gun. Paint job is pretty nice on both of them. Has kind of a wash, black, with a little bit of sort of silver. The sculpt is fantastic, and it actually sort of pumps. Then we have his grapple launcher. He used 2 different kinds of film. This is the more sort of heavy-duty kind. Here he is, holding onto that grenade launcher. It'd be nice if there was a way to sort of strap or harness it. And here, holding and getting ready to use that grapple launcher. And his final accessory, one of the coolest things it comes with, is the kryptonite spear. I kind of joked to myself as I opened this, oh, another kryptonite spear for me to break, because I broke both the Mezco and Mafex versions as they're so long and so fragile. He's got the spike down here. Good sculpting where he's going to be able to hold it. Very long and oversized. And very nice sculpt and detail the kryptonite. Sort of semi-transparent. I think it looks awesome. Here is Batfleck holding that kryptonite spear. He can hold it with either one hand or with 2. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. And I'm not going to measure all 3, nor check out the articulation on all 3, because they're going to be pretty much exactly the same. From bottom to the top of his head, standing about 6.9 inches tall, which can translate to just under 18 centimeters. If you go to the top of his ears, about 7 inches tall. I really like the size of this guy. When you get these third-party figures, you have no idea if they're going to be 6.0 inches, 6.5 inches. An armored Batman is going to be a little bit taller than usual, so 6.9 inches tall should fit in pretty good with the Mafex and Mezco, that sort of stuff. Maybe a little bit bigger, but that's good for a big, bulky, armored character. And for his articulation. Starting with his head, of course, you can rotate side to side. You can look up a very nice amount, down pretty good as well. Can tilt his head from one side to the other. He has articulation both at the top of the neck and the bottom of the neck. Shoulders on a ball joint, goes out about 90 degrees. The shoulder pad kind of moves out of the way. It has a little bit of sort of give to it. Not a lot, but a little bit. Then go up about this far before the clothing starts to restrict it. Back about that far, out quite a bit. He's got, I don't think it's really butterfly joint, but a little wiggle room there. Rotation at the bicep. Not sure if it's single jointed or double jointed elbow, but the armor will not allow it to go any further than this. His wrist can rotate, and the peg keys want to come out. It is hinged as well, and you can rotate the way it's hinged if you want. So I was kind of trying to figure out which way mine is currently hinged. There we go. In his torso. So even if there's articulation underneath here, it doesn't really matter because the armor is going to make it one solid piece. His waist can rotate around, forward and back, but not much. Legs, restricted by the armor once again. It's kind of hidden in there. They go forward, about that far, back not much. Very heavy. It's like die-cast pieces. I actually like the way he feels. Good rotation on the leg. Once again, I don't know if it's single jointed or double jointed, but the armor restricts it here, and I love that the knee pad is articulated. That's really, really cool detail. Ankles, forward and back, littlest bit. Rotate also a littlest bit. Tilt rock also a littlest bit. It's like you can kind of push this up, and that's going to give you a little bit more access to the ankle articulation. And I love those cleated boots. So on to version B. And we can actually skip looking at a lot of the stuff. He has the exact same hands. He's got the same grub launcher, extra grenades, grenade launcher, kryptonite spear, and display stand. He does come with different stuff from the other one, which is basically the damaged Superman cape, which is a cool accessory, although it's not like you ever ripped that thing off Superman in the film. And then his alternate two heads. Let's take a closer look. Now, they probably could have found a way to make the armor detachable and make the sort of an ultimate version, but they decided to make 3 different versions, and that's actually really cool. The detailing is amazing on this guy. So your Superman grabs his armor and mangles it up. He's got the really angry face here, and you see more Ben Affleck underneath. Looks excellent. I mean, just look at the damage on there. Very, very nice. It's got all kinds of different scuffs and sort of areas where it's dented inward. Not much damage going on at the bottom. Same sort of detailing as far as the soft goods underneath these armor plates. And once again, he's heavy. I'm sure everything here is going to be exactly the same as the other one. It sure is. All the great details. And man, that is a good sculpt, good paint job, good expression. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt, which is fan-freaking-tastic. The helmet is great. It is all damaged up. And then the Ben Affleck head looks amazing as well. And then, here's version 2, broken down as far as you can go. Everything laid out in front of you. Now let's check out his accessories. So, like I said, we've already checked out pretty much all the same stuff from the first version, except for the different heads and the Superman cape. Here's a look at his first head. This one has an angry expression, teeth exposed. And here's his alternate head. This one also has a damaged cowl and a normal expression. And then we have this damaged Superman cape, which never really happened in the film. His cape didn't get tattered like this. It stayed on him the entire time. But it's still a pretty cool, proper accessory. As you can see, the bottom is sort of almost looks like it's burnt. It's a little darker, and it's tattered up. Of course, here's how it would connect around the neck. It does not have a Superman logo on either side, which is kind of interesting. Like I said, it's a cool little prop piece, though. Here's Batfleck, dragging that damaged Superman cape behind him. And so here's a look at version 3. He's in a really dark, all-black sort of stealth suit. He comes with pretty much the same accessories, except for he has one less pair of hands. He's missing the smaller gripping hands, which I didn't really find any use for in the other guys anyway. And he also doesn't have the kryptonite spear, which is also kind of odd. This guy does have the light-up features, and everything else is pretty much the same. So let's take a closer look. Now this is not really accurate to anything in the film, but it looks damn freaking cool. White lenses in the eyes, interchangeable mouths, the same strap that goes through the cape, same soft goods cape. I mean, everything's the same except it's black armor on that gray suit. It just looks freaking sick. Took something that was already cool and made it almost even a little cooler. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. It's the exact same sculpt, done in a darker paint job. Helmet looks great. Mouth looks great. Eyes, the scuffs. And then here's version 3, broken down as far as you can go. All the accessories laid out. Now let's check out his accessories. And there's really nothing we have to check out. It is all stuff that the first version came with, except one less pair of hands and no kryptonite spear. The head, the light feature, the display stand, everything is pretty much exactly the same. But it's a pretty cool idea for a variant. If I had to pick one of the three, it'd probably be the classic one, because that's how he appeared on film. But I think the black one might look cooler. And so here's a look at all three of these Manipple Ben Affleck Batman figures. Version 1, 2, and 3. Classic version, bow damage version, and black version. They're all really cool. Like I said, if I had to pick one, it'd be the classic version, but I think the black one might be the visually most interesting. But that battle damage is done very, very well. They're all top-notch, top-quality figures. Very pleased so far. Here's a look at all three of these Batfleck figures in an old, run-down building, just like the fight in Batman vs Superman. Now let's check them out. Next is some other action figures, starting off with some other armored Batfleck figures. So let's start off with the tallest armored Batfleck figures I have and work my way smaller. Here they are, next to the Fonjoy armored Ben Affleck Batman. And here they are, next to the McFarlane DC Multiverse armored Batfleck. And just like Manipple, McFarlane made 3 different versions of the armored Batfleck. We have the regular version, the damage version, and then the platinum, sort of green glow version. Then, with the DC Direct armored Batfleck. And now, with the Mezco 112 Collective armored Batfleck. Next, with Mattel's DC Multiverse armored Ben Affleck Batman. Here they are, next to the Mafex version. This one came with both a regular and a bow damage head. Well, actually the bow damage head came with a later figure that you can use to enhance this figure. They give it to you with one release, whereas Manipple is making you get 2 or possibly 3 different releases. And here they are, with a Mattel 6-inch basic version of the armored Batman. And Mattel did 4 different versions of this armored Batman in the 6-inch scale. Different color variants, no helmet, and even sort of a lava fire version. Here are all the Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice armored Ben Affleck Batman figures by Mattel, Mafex, Mezco, Manipple, DC Direct, McFarlane, and Fonjoy. This darker suit variant, version 3, kind of reminds me of the cover homage figures that Mattel and Mafex made from The Dark Knight Returns. Now we are truly living in a golden age of action figure collecting when you have so many different really, really good quality third-party action figures that pretty much scale up together. And did I mention they just look awesome? This Manipple Studio Armored Batfleck is fantastic. Here they are next to the Anton Custom Rich Man Bruce Wayne. The likeness is perfect, and I think he scales up great with this Armored Batman. Armored Batman's a little bigger, but of course he's in a big, bulky, armored suit. And then we also have the recent third-party Muff Toys Kryptonite Seeker. This is another Ben Affleck Batman, and he's in this sort of desert, post-apocalyptic future outfit. Wow, between that Bruce Wayne, this armored Batman, and this Nightmare Batman, these are all fan-freaking-tastic figures, at least worth 9 out of 10 each. Excellent Batfleck figures. Now, can't wait for LPZZ to make their version of the regular Batfleck, and then we'll have the main looks covered with top-notch quality. Here they are, next to the InArt Dark Knight Trilogy Christian Bale Batman. This is a fantastic figure, although much smaller than my personal preferences. And here, with the recent LPZZ Arkham Knight Batman, which is the same scale as these guys. A hair smaller than the armored Batman, but he's not in quite as big a bulky armored suit. So I'm really excited to see where LPZZ goes with their line, because I love the scale they're doing. Perfect. Mezco, even maybe just a little bit larger. Just really liking the scale. And here they are, next to several different Mezco 112 Collective Batman figures. Now let's check them out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how they fit in, both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can use them with. Since they're Manipple Studio figures, they're around the 6-inch scale, I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of these smaller action figure lines I collect, and work my way larger, and I'm going to include as many Batman figures as I can during these comparisons. Here they are, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures, and some SH Figure Arts Batman figures, and now, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends, and Mafex Batman figures. Here they are, next to 4 cans of cat food. And here they are, with some Mattel and Mezco Batman figures. Then, with both some Jazzwares and Mattel wrestling figures. And now, with some NECA and DC Direct Batman figures. Next, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures and Diamond Select toys. And finally, with some McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures. So overall, these are some absolutely fantastic third-party Ben Affleck Batman figures. Like I said in the video, we are truly living in a golden age of action figure collecting when we are getting so many awesome figures from legit companies as well as third-party unlicensed companies. Now my favorite of these guys is going to be the traditional classic version. The Battle Damage one looks excellent, and the Stealth Suit one also looks excellent, but I like the one that's most accurate to the film. The light-up feature is absolutely fantastic. The cloth soft goods is great. The armor does restrict him a little bit, but as you recall, in the movie, he was not super articulated, big, bulky armored suit, and he moved slow to show it. Now the accessories are just fantastic. The Kryptonite Spear, the grapnel gun, the grenade launcher, the extra grenades. Hell, the Superman cape is just icing on the cake. If I were to rate these guys, I don't see any reason to give them less than a 9 out of 10. They are a fantastic set. Like I said, the classic is my favorite, but each and every one is just great quality, and they complement each other nicely and sort of contrast each other nicely as well. So this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.